For a kettlebell or dumbbell swing, you really only need one dumbbell or a kettlebell if you have one, but you don't need to have a kettlebell. I'm going to show you today or demonstrate a kettlebell or dumbbell swing today with a dumbbell here. You're going to take this squat-ish stance where your feet are slightly wider than hip width, slightly externally rotated. You're going to hinge at your hips, grabbing the kettlebell, or well, the kettlebell would be grabbed here. The dumbbell, I'm going to grab one hand over the other, but you can really grab it any way that feels comfortable for you. And what I would do is grab one hand over the other, and the next set I would switch to the other side just to utilize my hands evenly. But I'm gonna hinge at my hips, keeping my back nice and flat. I'm gonna grab the dumbbell like I mentioned. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swing it between my legs, trying to keep my back as flat as possible, and then thrust my hips, getting the dumbbell up overhead. You could also, if you're not comfortable with that, just go to shoulder level. But you can see that the whole time I'm using my hips with my weight on my heels, my knees pressed to the outside, thrusting the hips in order to get the dumbbell nice and high. I'm trying to avoid using my arms too much because my hips are going to be much more powerful than my arms. And then when I'm done, I'm going to set it back down on the ground just like I started. So all of this drive is going to be coming from that weight on the heels, driving through the hamstrings and the glutes, and thrusting forward in order to transfer power from the lower body into the upper body and into the dumbbell that's going to go up overhead. Same idea with the kettlebell. The kettlebell is going to be a little bit less easy to control, so if you're just getting started with a kettlebell, I'd recommend only going to the shoulder to start and then inching your way up a little bit higher until you feel comfortable getting the kettlebell straight up and down in a controlled fashion and going back into the next repetition. If you have any questions, let us know.